about the solar panels. A lot of people asking how much do you need and what's the best to use. And as far as solar panels, I've got the cheapest solar panels that I could possibly find in the size that I was trying to get around. I wanted to have at least around 1200 watts, just because that's what I seen suggested for running everything on a boat. And we run everything on this boat with just these 3 panels that I have about $300 in those 3 panels. They're about $100 a piece. I did have to get 10 of them on a pallet in order to get them at that price, but on Marketplace people are buying those pallets and reselling them for $250 a piece. These are bifacial. They collect the sun from the top and the bottom, which was just a bonus. They were still the cheapest ones. I don't even remember the brand. I'll have her show that. I don't even remember. They were literally the cheapest ones. They were around 400 watts. They're 400 watts with 500 watt bifacials, which they can gain from the reflection of the water. And they do like I have gotten a little over 1200 watts out of them, and the days are just getting longer now. So, but just 2 of the panels will actually run everything on the boat sitting on the dock, because we did that for a little over a month. A lot of people don't realize that these things are basically plug and play now. It's very simple. You need solar panels, solar charger, and your batteries. And fuses in between are great, but I don't have as many as I should. But where else can I talk about? Oh, the solar chargers. Solar chargers, you can spend as much or as little as you want to. They all seem to work. I literally had the cheapest ones off of Amazon on the RV. I paid $25 for 2 solar chargers. I had one on each panel on the RV. The RV had, I think they were 500 watt panels, I think. Those were actually a Namer brand panel, because it was just what was available at the time. They were, I think, LG panels. They were $500 a piece. I have more. No, $500 for both of them. But yeah, those 2 panels cost me more than these. And I won't sell the other ones like everybody else. I'm going to use those on something else. But the solar chargers, even the cheapest on Amazon, at the time I think I paid $25 for it. They're like maybe $35 now. They work. I have Victron on here just because that's what everybody on the boat uses, and if it had any water issues, I knew that was a better can handle it maybe a little more than the cheaper one. But even the batteries on here, I have watt cycle batteries, which are one of the cheapest batteries that have sensors in it to shut it off from certain things like overheating protection and stuff like that. I've done a bunch of research on it. I'll have her put a link on the guy who video that he's very knowledgeable, way more than I am. I just kind of trusted him on the batteries. We have 2 batteries on the boat to run everything. That's 2 300 amp hour batteries, watt cycle. I'm very happy with those. But on the RV, we actually I grabbed all the trolling motor batteries I had and threw them in the RV. So I basically had, well, I could have, if I ran these, I'd have had like a couple $100 in that whole thing, and that run everything. But the benefit of running the trolling motor batteries, they were lead acid, was we could use the charger from the alternator to charge those when we were traveling. So I didn't actually need as much solar, but we just had it when days we were apart for a long time. So that worked out really good. If we, needed more power, we could crank up and go to the store or something. But we never really had too much. That still had plenty of power. But as far as how much power you actually need, I would say that would mostly be limited by space or how much you're willing to spend, because you're never upset you have too much power. Because about the end of every day, we're charged up. I can charge her scooters and my drill batteries and watch TV and her computers and all the other little electronics, and run lights all day and night. And it's still, they're charged up every day, just about.
Fridge and freezer?
Yeah, the fridge and freezer, hot water. We could run the air conditioners, but it's not connected in. I would have to put another inverter in it, which I have available if we need it. I brought the inverter off the RV. This one already had one installed, and it was 2,000 watt inverter, which seems to be about all you need as long as you get. I would think your inverters are going to be your what you had the most trouble with. If you have any problems, that's what most people seem to have their inverters go out. I don't even know what brand is on the boat. It was just already on the boat. We had one we got from where we get down from Harbor Freight. Yeah, we got the Harbor Freight one, and that one worked fine. It will trip on the what was it, the espresso machine. Would trip it off on occasion. So that would yeah, you can't run anything else with that if you're running a very powerful espresso machine.
Which is very necessary.
Yeah. What was I going to say about that?
What about the overpowering part?
Okay, yeah. Okay, your solar panels, you want to make sure your solar panels, if you're trying to set up a system with your batteries, your charge controller, and your solar panels, you just want to make sure your solar panels aren't going to produce more than what your charge controller can handle, and make sure those would be the numbers that are on there, and then you want to make sure your charge controller is not putting out more power than what your batteries can take. Now, my batteries can handle 100 amp hours of charge to them, and my charge controller puts out 85 amps, so that gives it some room to play. And I think the charge controller can handle up to 150 amps from the panels, and I don't remember what those put out, but it was less than that. So I just those are the only numbers you really need to worry about and look at, or make sure you're not overpowering whatever's downstream from it. What else?
Do you want to talk about the setup? The arch and the setup, or would you like to do that at a different time?
I do want to thank Scotty for helping me build the solar arch. I mean, he built it. I cut some of this out. It was pretty genius the way he came up with the idea of making this, and I just gave him some measurements, and he gave me this out of those measurements, which was pretty, and a picture. I wonder if I still have a picture to show it.
I do.
Yeah.
I have a picture of the picture.
You can show him a picture that I drew for, and he built this out of that picture.
Nobody's gonna believe that. It's pretty remarkable.
Yeah. And it fit on here perfect. But yeah, and this worked out great.
Is there anything you would do different if you had to start all over?
Not on this right here. I think this was perfect. If we were definitely going to run the air conditioners, and the reason we don't worry about air conditioners so much is because we chase 72 degrees. If it gets too cold, we go further south. If it gets too hot, we go further north. So we don't have to worry about air conditioners. It's just nice here. If it's not, we'll move. But yeah, if I would think I could probably get away with just one more panel, but I would probably do at least two, but probably put 3 on there just to make it look even. And since I have them, but I think a lot of people that run say around over 2,000 watts, but probably around between 2,000 and 2,500 watts, you can probably run air conditioning and about everything else off of it, as long as you have enough battery storage, I would think, to run it through the night. But during the day, you can use it and still be charging some.
How about on the RV? The setup on the RV?
The RV?
The panels.
I mean, I would have went with these. These things were a lot cheaper.
But like, where did you install them? And
yeah, well, I installed the solar panels on the RV in the parking lot at Home Depot, and just went in and bought what I needed as I needed it. So kind of made my own little brackets out of brackets I found in there. Little shelf brackets is basically what I used for the brackets on them. But yeah, I had the only solar things that I used were the actual solar panels and solar charger. Everything else was just whatever I could find to make it work. What else?
So what are the advantages of being complete solar? Maybe you could talk about, like,
the advantages of being solar.
Hang on, like, just give me 1, 2, 3 seconds, and okay.
The advantages of the solar though is you don't have to listen to a generator run. We actually move if somebody anchors next to us with a generator. We've moved a couple of times just so we didn't have to listen to their generator. Yeah, then RVs things, and we have this. Yeah, once you have solar, you don't even want to be around somebody with a generator.
Well, plus that reduces the cost.
I've got lung issues, and I literally burned up from the exhaust hitting me when the wind blew into the boat from the exhaust when right before we got the solar on there. Just had a little generator on here. Yeah, but it
And then the cost of campgrounds and docks.
Yeah, and then you don't have to go to campgrounds. You can park anywhere. If and we got Harvest Host, so we didn't need campgrounds. We could just hop around from Harvest Host to Harvest Host all across the country, and that was just really nice. Just to be able to park anywhere and have power and not have to worry about it. And that's what we can anchor. Like they have people on mooring boats. They don't. Usually they're like docks and stuff, but most of these are running their generators. I think I've seen 2 with solar over there, and theirs are smaller systems than ours. I just have a lot less than mine because I did a lot of searching for cheaper solar panels. And I don't know that you can have 1,200 watts of solar for $300 getting it anywhere else. We should definitely have to tag. Was it Signature Solar is where I got them from. I don't know nothing about them. We're not affiliated with them in any kind of way, but you can get panels really cheap directly from them. I'm not an expert, barely know what I'm talking about, but I got it to work. So I do think anybody can do this if they really wanted to. So.
And if anybody else has ideas.
Yeah, if anybody else wants to tell me what I did wrong. I mean, I don't think I'm too far off. It's all working. It's been working for months. And I don't have my phone right now, but I think we're usually by 2 o'clock we're charged up, and it just goes into float mode, I guess is what it's called. But
okay.
It's aggravating to get down into here, but I wanted to show you. This is where the solar panel wires come into the charge controller, and then they go out with the thicker wires to go over to charge the batteries. Doing this on the boat, I had to put everything in different compartments. All right, and here's the solar watt batteries and where those wires come over to charge those batteries. And then there's even a thicker wire that leaves out of here and goes over and runs the inverter. Now this is where the wires come over to the inverter that runs everything on the boat. This is actually the inverter that we had in the RV, and when we car camp, we use a little smaller one like this one, just connect to the battery so she can charge her computers. I didn't really show all my fuses and stuff, and this is, I got the wrong fuse for my solar panels to my solar charger. The other breakers and stuff are just in a different spot. I didn't show that, but yeah, I'm not a professional with this. I've done it a lot cheaper than what I've seen people with a lot more knowledge of this do before. I've seen a guy bragging about his system. He spent twice as much money as I did, and he's got half as much power as I do. But if you just shop around, I mean, that's what I did. Signature Solar. Yeah, Signature Solar is a good place that I found to get stuff at a really good price. There's a lot of stuff on Amazon too. We'll share all the links to the stuff I got from Amazon. But I just hope this saves somebody some money, and just because I've seen just people putting way too much money into it. And you know, if you got any questions, I'll try to answer them best I can in the comments. And if you got more knowledge than I do, maybe you can help them out in the comments too. But also another alternative, if you're still intimidated by the connecting different things together, is also the option of going with like a solar generator. There's one that was called EcoFlow that we were considering getting. We almost did get one of those. That you can just take the wires straight from the solar panels and just plug them straight into the solar generator, and all the magic just happens in that. You don't have to hook up anything else other than just your appliances straight to it. They even have RV plugs. You can plug your RV straight into some of those if you get one of the bigger ones. And they're not awfully priced, but it will cost more, but it's a lot more simple if you just want to go that route with it. But thanks for watching. Our boat videos will be coming out soon. Most of us putting out RV ones now, but our boat ones will be coming soon. So hope you enjoyed this one, and like and subscribe. Follow us along with us.